What's understood ain't gotta be explained. I ain't gonna ruin it this time. Vibe. You give a fuck about the darkness. Just open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. Yeah. Cause we about to get deep. Give a fuck about the what it was. Y'all already know who it is. And y'all tuned in with Priceless Knowledge of Self. And this one more dose of this cosmic insight, man. And while we gonna go out tonight, and we gonna close this week out by going all the way in. That's because this right here, this a little something about those people that have the black moon Lilith and Scorpio in their natal chart. And to be honest with you, I have the black moon Lilith in Gemini, but it's in Gemini in the 8th house. So I'm extremely familiar with all this energy. And I could be speaking about my placement right here as well too. So I'm well versed. And before we get to that, you know what the fuck I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna bring y'all a little bit of the history and mythology behind Lilith. Then I'm gonna give y'all a little information about the energy that comes along with it. And then I'm gonna give y'all a little bit about the sign of Scorpio. And then after that, we're gonna go all the way in. So let's get it cracking. So in mythology, in Judaic mythology or Jewish mythology, Lilith comes to us all the way from creation, okay? And Lilith was the original woman who was created at the same time as Adam, equally to Adam. And I say that because that's extremely important, okay? So Lilith, not Eve, was the first woman, okay? And they were created as male and female, but they were created as equal, okay? And everything was good and everything was all good in the hood until it was time to lay down and consummate the relationship physically, you know. It was time to get nasty. And when it was, you know, Adam's ready, he says, Lilith, lay down so I may lay on top of you. And Lilith, oh no. Because like I said, this ain't Eve and she ain't submissive. And she said, hell no. Just the thought of that repulsed her. And she said, no, you lay down so I may lay atop of you. And Adam, that man, he wasn't having that shit. And there was a great calamity. And so ultimately the angel of the Lord had to come. And when the angel of the Lord comes, they present the problem to him, and immediately the Lord sides with Adam. And this pisses Lilith off and she dips out. And there's different stories as to what happens to her. In some mythologies, she becomes a demon that kills babies. In some mythologies, she becomes a powerful, you know, female seductress who seduces men and leads them to their demise. In some mythologies, she just, you know, her own powerful separate entity. But I just think of her as extremely powerful and willful and sexy and, you know, manipulative, female energy. And that's really what it's all about. It's empowerment in a feminine way. And when we go back, Adam still needs him somebody. So God then takes one of his ribs and creates Eve, who is under Adam and will lay up under Adam because she is made of Adam. Okay. So, but women are not made of men, you know. Eve was made of Adam. Okay, so never get it twisted when you think women are supposed to be weaker or submissive to men, because really that's not the case. Not even in the Bible, in the mythology that comes along before your Bible, before Christianity, there was Judaism. Okay, Jesus was a Jew. Okay, so that's just a little news you can use. So when we're talking about how Lilith works out astrologically, man, you know, she's an indicator of dark karma in the chart. And, you know, like the nose, she's not a real astrological body. She's more of a, you know, a certain point or aberration in the chart. And it helps to understand where certain provocations, temptations, turn-ons, obsessions, fears, trials, and all kinds of shit may await a person. And it can represent the darker or, you know, more shadow side of our personality, as well as the type of energy or the type of person that could easily put us in states of trepidation or scare us, or, you know, it's the type of energy that could be a handful for us, you know what I'm saying? And it definitely manifests differently with men and with women. You know, it actually manifests a lot more positively in women because they accept their femininity. But for a man that's not evolved and that thinks that, you know, having feminine energy makes him weak or makes him female, then it's going to be hard to deal with. Okay. And take this from somebody who knows. But when you realize that your feminine energy is empowerment, and that, you know, that'll make you no punk or weak, and, you know, or anything else. It has nothing to do with your sexual preference or even your gender, you know. It's just energy. Masculine energy is projective. You know what I'm saying? Feminine energy is receptive and, you know, is reactive. That's something you should learn. Anyway, you know, there's periods when Lilith is really a lot more stronger, and that's in years that are in multiples of 9, and that's from your birth chart, not years that are in multiples of 9 in the date of the calendar. Okay, and that's because, you know, it's for 9 years that it takes Lilith to make its way around the whole zodiac and then come back and make its return. And you have a Lilith return, which is a motherfucker. Because it's at those times that, you know, a lot of fateful events could be occurring. And, you know, that'll also begin at like 5 months before that. And then it'll culminate about 5 months after that. And, you know, that's going to be considering a major, you know, period of reckoning and addressing our own bullshit and having to look in the mirror and see what the fuck is going on. And, you know, there's also times that nothing could happen, but even that nothing probably means something. It's up to you. And I'm not here for predictions anyway on what it's going to do. I'm about self-awareness. Understand? Another thing is, in Greek mythology, because before Lilith was known in this aspect, you know, this aspect of astrology has been known for a long time. It was known as the Black Moon Hecate. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the nastiest part of a man's nature. Okay, and so what about when we're talking about Scorpio? You know, let me light my shit. Hold on, I'll stay for this, right? Scorpio is the 8th sign of the zodiac. It rules over the 8th house, and it's co-ruled by Pluto and Mars, and its symbol is the scorpion. It rules over the genitals and the bowels, and its mantra is "I transform." And this is fixed water, y'all. And still waters do run deep, real deep. And for y'all, the Scorpio, you know, it's all about beginnings and endings. That's what it's about. And it's really quite unafraid of either one. And it travels in a world of black and white, and it don't have much use for no motherfucking gray areas. And Scorpionic curiosity is absolutely immeasurable, and it's just really ineptly investigative, and it loves to probe and get to the very bottom of shit. And due to Pluto's influence being instigated by Martian action and the keen intuition that comes along with it, you know what I'm saying? That dynamic is just gonna be blow the fuck up. And, you know, Scorpios are also all about sex and death. And, you know, things like that. Things that are about dying and rebirth and going deep. And I say that wherever Scorpio shows up in the chart, you know, it can show a lot of things. But anyway, man. So when we talk about having Lilith in Scorpio, that's a motherfucker, man. I guess the first thing that you ought to know is that, you know, considering all the dark energy involved right here, you know what I'm saying? This is probably where Lilith functions in, you know, her most natural state. They just go together because they're about the same shit. You understand? And so when these two get together, I could say that, you know, the inherent nature of a person just inside, it forms just something that's extremely sexy and volatile and deep and hard to get to, and stubborn and grudge holding and all kinds of shit. And I say it's just because of the way that their emotions remain hidden and fucking trapped until coming out in powerful ways. Especially if they feel threatened or fucking lied to. And that's a motherfucker. And it's because they feel everything. And they're the masters of intuitively picking up on the things that are going on that ain't being said, you know. And they sense danger, and they sense pretense, and they sense what turns people on, and they sense what scares the shit out of motherfuckers. And they use it all. And that can make one of the most malicious and dark and devious motherfuckers there are. Or it can make somebody that has the sense, you know, that can sense people that have been abused or people that are suffering from grief, from death, and then go be their champion, be their rock. Because, you know, more often than not with Lilith and Scorpio, they've seen the nastiest things that this plane of existence have to offer. And they're comfortable with it. Hell, they even revel in it. For real. And, you know, they're down to fornicate with the entities of the abyss. And that's real. And that ain't always a good thing. It ain't always a bad thing either. Because the rebirth that can come out of that is something that's amazing. The strength that comes from that is something that is just powerful. And, you know, they're comfortable with things that make other people squirm. Yeah. And they have to be extremely careful and strong not to allow the negativity to just consume them all the way. Because there's nothing more dangerous for them or anyone else than them being engulfed by the abyss and not be able to come up out of that shit, because they're willing to take shit farther than you're ever willing to take it. Period. And moving on though, you know, if you cross somebody though with Scorpio Lilith, you might as well cancel Christmas, man. You might as well cancel Christmas, because vengeance is their favorite motherfucking dish, and you know, they love to serve it cold. You know what I'm saying? Like Granny's potato salad. For real. Plus, this is fixed water, as we've already said. So they do not act impulsively, but their impulse. As a matter of fact, they do act impulsively, but their impulse is to wait. Yeah. It's crazy. And and then after they waited, they're gonna completely obliterate whatever came up against them or disrespected them or made them feel shamed. Because that's the true thing. And I don't use the term obliterate lightly. I can't. Because with them, the thing is, after whoever did whatever the fuck they did to them to piss these motherfuckers off, you know what I'm saying? They started obsessing over that shit. And they started letting resentment, rage, and darkness build up and fester until it popped into something that could be potentially deadly for all involved. Yeah. Because, they ain't fucked up about destroying themselves in the process of killing your ass. Because they know they'll be back. This is the Phoenix rising. Okay? And what pisses them off and bothers them more than anything else is liars and motherfuckers who play with their emotions. And doing that will probably bring Hades to your doorstep, cuz that's real. For real. And I can't say what scares them because not much of anything does scare them, except for their own inherent darkness. But, and the shit that they know that they do to motherfuckers. And the shit that goes on inside of that crazy, crazy, crazy dark mind of theirs. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say motherfuckers that are just like them and motherfuckers that are trying to read them and uncover their little hidden emotions that they're trying to, keep tucked away will make them extremely uncomfortable and probably invoke a extremely adverse reaction that could manifest into a battle of life and death if it's two people that have these same qualities. And, not only life and death, it could be sex and fire and, and water definitely with all this. And that could definitely scare the shit out of the average motherfucker or the uninitiated. And, when it comes to things of a sexual nature, nobody is nastier or more powerful, you know what I'm saying? But they probably repress it because the things that they're into the taboo. And they probably have lots of secret affairs in this life because they're extremely secretive with everything that they do, with their sexuality, with the power that they have, because they know how powerful they have. And they know that when they merge with you, they're taking a little bit of yours. Yeah. And, with Lilith here, be fair warned that, sex is a weapon. So, this is somebody that, you're friends with and, you do some fuck shit to them and they gonna fuck your girl or they gonna fuck your dude. Yeah. If you owe, and well too, if you owe them money, it's okay. Don't pay them. Like Ply said, you know what I'm saying? They just gonna fuck your old lady. or your man, you know what I'm saying? And, they're so motherfucking powerful in this department that they're the type of motherfucker that's gonna use their sexual energy to manipulate and a lot of times ultimately control people. But the flip side of it is, they're also somebody that can rock their motherfucking world and, that sexually is what I'm talking about. And, have them all the way discombobulated and, nose wide open in a motherfucker and have them weak because the things that they are, that is the things that could defeat them. And either way, it'll be all right because just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that, okay? You don't have to feed into the negativity. You don't have to be so nasty. You ain't gotta hold grudges and be conniving. You don't have to be manipulative. You don't have to be lying, and you don't have to be motherfucking thinking everybody's lying to you, man. Okay? You can just chill by yourself if you need to. Or you can just get on a path of growth. But either way, man, just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that, cuz. That's some priceless knowledge in itself, and this has been some priceless knowledge of self. If you're interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below or email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com, okay? And if y'all fucking with me, man, please like, share, and subscribe, man. Help me get out there and help the rest of these motherfuckers. And I'm trying to get paid too. I ain't lying to you. So, keep it real. Till next time, it's going to be a few days till you see me again. I got some stuff I got to catch up on. It'll probably be Tuesday that we got coming up this week that I'm going to hit you with some shit. So, you could be looking out for us to finish up. I mean, not finish up, to go back into that Chiron series. So, we're not finna lighten up. Shit is staying heavy. We steadily addressing shit that needs to be addressed. It's all fun and games. Sometimes I like to smile, I like to play, but people got real shit going on in here, man. Self-awareness is everything. Y'all keep it true.